Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922 here to bring you another chapter review. Seven Deadly Sins. This is going to be uploaded along with Maggie. Can't give this anything but a 5. This chapter, wow. There was so much to this chapter that I'm almost like, wow. Like, how much more can you put in it? What made this chapter really like, holy shit, was the fact that almost had two fronts. We had the front with what was going on with the Holy Knights, and the thing with the Seven Deadly Sins. Now, in this chapter, which I believe this was called Incited Legends, chapter 61, it pretty much, in the beginning, we have Melados talking to the other sins about the legend of the sword handle, saying that it was the sword, no, the dragon handle that was stolen from me, fragment of the relic, ritual relic, the coffin of eternal darkness. And he's saying in an ancient past, the goddess clan, giants clan, fairy clan, and humans united, and used that relief, you know, it's like a thing pops up and everything, to seal the demon clan. And then Elizabeth's like basically saying how, you know, does that mean that the Holy Knights are trying to resurrect them, be our friends or something? What's their goal? And then we go from that, we go to Hendricksen. And he's basically going in saying how it's an advent for the Holy War. Hendricksen, man, yo, the scene that got me like, wow. Wow. Was dreyfus and Hendricksen. Oh, that was so intense. That unbelievable. It was a very intense chapter. So he's saying basically that's his goal, and you know, Dreyfus is like advent of a holy war. What are you saying, Hendricksen? He's basically saying that people believe that the prophecy is the holy war is the Holy Knights, the guiding hand of light against the bloodline of darkness, which is the Seven Deadly Sins. But he says, Hendricksen saying, I think it differently. Of course, I do not admit that the Seven Deadly Sins are indeed powerful. However, they're nowhere near the level of existence that fought on equal greater terms for the four races in the ancient war. And he's like, Dreyfus is like the demon clan. You're implying something in these house. You really, and he's like, the preparations are nearly complete. Hendricksen says, I just need one more fragment to break the seal. And Dreyfus's opinion on it, he's like, are you serious? You know, do you really think humans can fight and defeat the demon clan? He says, yes. And I know we can. Hendricksen's ready for war. He's ready to just fight these demons and shit and just go in. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? So he says he's been in for many years. He's created the new generation. He's examined them for many years, pretty much. Let me just do one thing, people, before I continue this. I'll do something real quick. And then basically he's saying, you know, do you really think the Holy Knights, keepers of justice, will be allowed to break the seal of the cursed clan? Open your eyes. And Hendricksen was dirty here. He brought up this thing that happened with Dreyfus, his brother, you know, saying how some, you know, saying that you're talking about justice of all the people, someone who asked me to join you in a plot to kill your own brother, Sarah Truss, in order to satisfy your lust for the position of the next great holy knight. And he's like, Dreyfus, I need you. However, if you were to oppose me, just like your son Grymore, I will have you dead. It is you who will... And that scene was unbelievable. He's like, no, it is you who will be dead. And he's just Dreyfus, he was just oozing. Just, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Just like that. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then he pretty much, we go from that to the house with the 7 deadly sins. And it's Diane. She asks, Meldas, would have been there be, how is it that the demon clan isn't resurrected already? And he basically says there would have been signs. There would have been signs. We would have known about it. And then see Hancock saying it's happening. He's like, yo, you're just shitting. and then he's like saying, I'm going to release my seal. And he brings up another point. The pig brings it up. Why is it that they were after Elizabeth and the handle of the sword? And out of nowhere, this weird person shows up with a helmet on, who happens to look like a woman, saying because she's the last key to releasing the seal. This person that shows up, calling it Merlin. It's just basically this person. It's a woman. You can tell from the bust. She's got a helmet on. It's Merlin. It's Merlin. I'm telling you guys right now, it's Merlin. So this person shows up, pretty much, and he says, Elizabeth, get away from her. It does transportation magic and gets Elizabeth. And Melda says, fuck. I was like, yo, he's like, he's got to run, he's like, he's not, after that happened, Melda is gone. He's ready to go in and just, like, take care of this. And he says, we have to go to the kingdom. We got to rescue Elizabeth right away. And then the king's like, it's at least 40 miles away. He's like, Diane, I'm counting on you. And then we see Bond, and he's got a smirk out like, oh shit, this is about to go in. They're ready to go in and take care of this. And he's like, hold on, I changed my mind. I'm coming with you. And he's like, you just playing around? Are you sure? I have my own reasons to go too. So pretty much this entails everyone. Galther, Bond, everyone's gathering around like, we're going in. We're all going. No joking around. How are they going to get there? Diane's got them. Yo, Diane, she should play for the Jets. Yes, I went there. Because she did this throw. Unbelievable. So pretty much that's what ends up happening. She throws them. And she's like saying, I might be a little off. Is that okay? Get the direction right. But before they get sent off, Galther says something. He wants to see how they fight and learn from it. I don't know what that meant. But she's ready to throw them to the direction of the kingdom and says, do bail on us, bring Elizabeth back. So she throws... Dude, that was awesome. Awesome. That is, I'm gonna die. Just say something. They can't even talk because they've been throwing. She threw them so hard that you can't even hear them. They can't even hear each other talk. And then when you go from that scene to this scene, and listen, if this guy didn't come in to tell the Lord, Holy Knight, that we have incoming, he would have fought Hendricksen, Dreyfus. Oh. Dreyfus is going against Hendricksen. Calling it right now. He's going to go against him. This shit is going to get real intense next week. And maybe this guy shows up and basically saying, Lord Great Helen, it's an emergency. We detected a great power approaching rapidly from northwest. There are 3 and their speed is abnormal. And it says, to be continued in chapter 62, Unstoppable Villains. frontal assault, a mission with their lives on the line. A new story arc begins. The clash that will rock the world is near. Elizabeth and the sword must be taken back from the stronghold of the Holy Knights. And that's where the chapter ends. Man, this chapter was bonkers. Yo, I was just like, shit, it went in. I'm gonna call it right now. Hey, listen, I believe that's Merlin. Reason for that, it looked like one. Now, it could be anyone. It could have been Gira. It could have been... But my bet, my money is on Merlin because of the way... What the dress she was wearing. The way it looked. Because you go back to the previous chapter with Galther. And how he's talking to Melados. And telling him about, the whole thing with Merlin. What she was wearing was similar. It was a similar gown and everything. So, my money's on that. It's Merlin. Dreyfus? Man, Dreyfus is going to kill Hendricksen. He wants to murder this guy now. And I'm loving it. Ooh, it was oozing to just cut him down. I'm going to kill you. So, a lot of good things happening here. Great chapter. Can't wait for next week. Next week's going to be huge. Massive chapter. Can't wait for it. Hopefully you guys can't wait either too. But this is going to be awesome. 7 Deadly Sins, Hendricksen. They're going to save, try to save Elizabeth. I think Hawk also got taken during the transportation magic. And that's another reason why I believe it's Merlin. It was teleportation magic, according to Galther. So that even gives a more higher likelihood that it was done by a magician or a mage or somebody with magic. So at that even points the finger more closely that it is Merlin. But yeah, that's pretty much the story, people. 5 out of 5. Hendricksen and Dreyfus. We got that. That is awesome. I can't wait for that shit to go down. And we got the 7 Deadly Sins going into the kingdom. This is going to be awesome next week. I'm Paul-Kai-Dai-22. Hyped like a motherfucker. I'm so hyped for next week. Next week's chapter is going to be awesome. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think. You agree with me on that Merlin thing. It's got to be Merlin. It's got to be Merlin. There's no other way. I mean, I can't see it being anybody else but Merlin. So, it was her. Merlin's a girl, and we're not going to have any traps. No traps. You don't get that idea. Go read that other series. That manhwa, what was it called? Witch Hunters? I forgot the name of it. Anyway, that's the story. Paul-Kai-Dai-22. I'll see you guys later. No more reviews except for probably, I don't know, later tonight. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Yo, I can't wait, Magic. Dreyfus. That was awesome. That was awesome. See ya.